Hello, viewers and subscribers. Welcome to Blackford's Art of Learning. In today's sixth grade lesson, we will be focusing on RI 6.7, Integrating Information. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so welcome to middle school. Let us follow our learning pathway for today. And our quote for today is, "Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try," by Gail Devers. The standard of focus today is RI 6.7. Integrates information presented in different media or formats, including visually and quantitatively, as well as in words, to develop a coherent understanding of a topic or issue. So the word integrate means to combine one thing with another so that they become a whole. Quantitatively means in a way that uses or involves numbers, calculations, measurements, or quantities. And the word coherent means clear and carefully considered, and each part of it connects or follows in a natural or reasonable way. So today we're basically looking at how we can combine information in different ways by using visuals. So we can use maps, we can use tables, we can use graphs to present information. So that's what we're looking at this week, presenting or combining information in different ways to bring across the information so that readers will have a better understanding of the topic. And it's always important that we provide visuals for learners, especially English language learners. It's always good for them to see visuals. So we're presenting information in different ways in this standard. All right, let us go ahead. And as you can see in this picture, you notice that there is a diagram here on the text, which shows how they are presenting the information. All right, so we're going to be looking at different ways of presenting information. Let us watch this video about integrating information from different formats.
Hello readers, it's Ms. Bushman. Today we are going to be taking a deeper look into nonfiction. When we read nonfiction, information can be represented in different ways. What we are going to do today is look at how we can learn more by using nonfiction text features when we read. Some common nonfiction text features are photographs, captions, maps, diagrams, charts, graphs, timelines, and illustrations. By paying attention to these nonfiction text features, we can better understand what we are reading about. Let's take a look at an article about wind power. This article is paired with different nonfiction text features to help us understand the topic. At first glance, I see that there is a piece of text, a photograph, and a map. The map and photograph are going to give me more information about what the article is about. Let's zoom in to the first part of the article. Follow along as I read. Wind power is energy that uses the air that moves over the Earth's surface. Unlike fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas, which are non-renewable, wind is a renewable energy source that cannot be used up. It is also a clean, non-polluting source of energy. Here is the next part of the article. Follow along. In the 1970s, an oil shortage caused a lot of interest in using the energy of the wind to generate electric power. Modern devices called wind turbines use rotational kinetic energy to run electric power generators. According to the Energy Department, about 46,000 wind turbines are providing electricity in the United States. But in spite of great interest in wind power, wind turbines produce only about 3% of the United States electric power. Next to this part of the article, I see a photograph. After reading about wind power, I can see that this wind turbine is what produces power and energy. It helps to have a visual so I can imagine what is actually used to produce wind energy. If I go back to the article, I can see that a map was also included. Let's zoom into the map to see how else I can extend my learning about wind power. Looking at this image, I can learn more about wind energy. This map is showing me the amount of power that wind turbines are producing in the United States. I see that each state has different amounts of energy. The colors of the map are representing the different amounts. Take a moment to look at a few of the states on the map. Let's look even closer to learn more about wind energy. Can you find a state that has a small amount of wind energy? Let's look for states with a number less than 700. How about states that have a lot of wind power? Let's look for states in the thousands. Did you find any? I see that Texas produces a lot of wind energy. It has the highest number on the map. Readers, as you can see, when we read nonfiction, we can get information in different ways. By reading and looking at nonfiction text features, we can better understand the topics we read, like wind energy. Next time you read nonfiction, make sure to pay attention to those features to help you learn more about the topic you're reading about.
Okay, boys and girls, I hope you have listened to the video and you made notes. And now it's your turn to share out what you have learned from the video. So according to the video, nonfiction information can be presented in different ways, which helps the reader to have a better understanding. So authors may use photographs, maps, charts, timeline, diagrams, graphs, and illustrations to present information. All right. Let us move on. And we are going to record a Padlet telling what you know about integrating information presented in different media or formats. So you're going to click on the link and tell us what you already know about integrating information. So authors can present or integrate information in nonfiction text in different ways. They may use photographs, maps, charts, timeline, diagrams, graphs, and illustrations. Go ahead and pause the video so you can complete your Padlets. Now we're going to learn more about our topic. We're going to use a picker wheel to choose someone who is going to read for us today. Okay, so Pearl will be reading And today you're going to complete your benchmark Form B assessment, and the answers will be in the description after you have completed your work. So once you click on the link for Classkick, go ahead and type your name. And you're going to work on your benchmark assessment. Okay, so it's starting with the story An Unexpected Enemy. So once you're finished with that, then we'll move in to our lesson. All right, so integrating information. Okay, so Pearl will read. Have you ever wanted to learn everything you could about some topic? Maybe it was a pet you wanted to get, or the next installment in your favorite movie series, or a place you wanted to visit. Where would you go to learn as much as you could about the topic? There is so much information available these days, and you can find it in many different places and formats. There's print, video, images, charts, graphs, interactive displays, but which do you use to get the information you need? Understanding the different types of media and what you can find in each can help you integrate or pull together information from a variety of sources to develop a strong understanding of a topic. Let's say you're thinking about getting a gecko for a pet. Here are different types of media you might research to find out more about geckos. So we look at the print, books, magazine articles, website articles, what you'll get in these, detailed information, facts, and statistics. So you also have images, another way of presenting the information, photos and illustrations. So you'll get a clear understanding of what the subject looks like from these images. Labels and captions provide additional information about the picture. So for example, this caption says, the leopard gecko is the most popular lizard among pet owners. Visual aids like charts, graphs, maps, and diagrams. This will give a lot of facts in an easy to read format. Videos and multimedia, films, documentaries, slideshows, newscasts, animations present an interesting and engaging presentation. They have verbal words and visual images to give the reader more information, right? So these are different ways of presenting the same information. You can use print, you can use images, visual aids, and videos and multimedia. All right. So it says brainstorm some questions that would help you decide whether or not a gecko would make a good pet. Then talk about how the different types of media shown above could help you find answers to your questions. So we're going to pause the video and have you work in groups to answer this question. All right, so some questions that you could brainstorm to decide whether a gecko is a good pet. You could brainstorm, would you be able to feed this pet the correct type of pet food? Would this pet be able to stay in a cage or closed area? Would you have enough time to take care of this pet? Is this a pet that can stay indoors? So there are different questions you may ask. And then you're going to think about the different type of media and which one could help answer your question. Okay. So maybe videos and multimedia would help us to, when we watch these videos, we could see more about the geckos, how they live, what they eat, okay, and ways of taking care of them. Videos and multimedia may help, but you may decide to choose another format of presenting your information. That's totally fine. All right, one important question you might have brainstormed about a gecko is, how hard is it to take care of a gecko? Here are some answers you might find in different sources. So look carefully at each of these sources. Underline or circle details that taken together would help give you the answer to your question. So here's a chart. We have a chart and we also have a diagram. So the chart says leopard gecko facts. Average adult size 6 to 9 inches long. Average lifespan 20 plus years with special care. Diet, insectivore. They eat crickets, small mealworms, waxworms. Their habitat, 10 to 20 gallons for one gecko, multiple hiding places with non-toxic plants, no less than 50% humidity. And their behavior, nocturnal, okay? So this means that they sleep during the day and they are mostly active at night, right? So think about these facts. Would you be able to care for this pet? All right, and then this diagram shows the habitat where this pet would live. This habitat would need to have a specific temperature, 50 degrees humidity. So there's a thermometer. You need food dishes. You need shelter or hideaway for this gecko. You need light. So once you can provide these, all right, so most geckos are nocturnal, meaning they are active at night, but some species of gecko are active during the day. These geckos are called diurnal. No matter the type of gecko you get, you need to give it a habitat in which it can thrive. Geckos need warm temperatures. This is easily accomplished by making sure you have a terrarium equipped with a heat lamp that warms one side of the gecko's habitat. It is important to establish a hot zone and a cool zone for your gecko, as well as at least 2 structures for the gecko to hide in. Put one on the warm side and one on the cool side. Geckos prefer to eat live food. Crickets are a favorite. You can usually purchase them from a pet store for a relatively cheap price. It is important that you introduce only live crickets or similar insects into the habitats. Some species of gecko will also eat bits of fruits. Gecko need moisture and water to thrive. Spray the habitat daily. Some geckos will drink the water droplets they find in the habitat. Others will need a small bowl of water. From All About Geckos by Salvatore A. Mandir. All right? So it says, use the information above to make notes about what you need to set up a gecko habitat for your new pets. All right? So we're going to pause the video so that you can record what you will need for your new pets. Okay, so let's share out what you have written down about what you need to set up a gecko habitat. So we know that the gecko needs warm temperature. So we can set up a terrarium equipped with heat lamp. They also need food, and they like live food. So we need crickets or similar insects. And they also need moisture and water. So we'll be spraying the habitat and providing water for the gecko. All right. Now let us look at this pre-assessment Just read the selection, then answer the questions. Cricket versus Baseball by Derek Whitmore. And as you can see, there's a photograph of a cricket bat and a ball, and also a photograph of a baseball bat and a ball. It says cricket is a very popular sport in India. In some ways, it is similar to baseball. Similarities and differences. In both cricket and baseball, players take turns trying to hit a small ball. The batting team tries to hit the ball and earn runs. The team on the field tries to prevent the batting team from scoring. When enough batters are out, the team change roles. The fielding team gets a chance to bat. Cricket teams have more players than baseball teams. Also, baseball games have 9 innings per game, but cricket matches have 1 or 2 periods. In spite of this, cricket matches last for hours. Cricket teams. Cricket terms. Some terms you might hear during a game of cricket include wicket, batsman, and bowler. A wicket is a set of 3 pieces of wood that are driven into the ground. The batsman is similar to the batter in the baseball. He stands in front of the wicket ready to hit the ball to keep it from hitting the wicket and knocking down one of the pieces of the wood. The ball is thrown by the bowler, who is similar to the pitcher in baseball. Scoring. In cricket, there are always 2 batsmen on the field. By contrast, baseball is played with only 1 batter at a time. The cricket batsmen take turns batting. However, they both score runs by running back and forth between the 2 wickets on the field. Scoring a run in cricket is much easier than scoring a run in baseball. Despite their differences, baseball and cricket have one important feature in common. Both are beloved by their fans. All right, so we're going to compare the baseball to the cricket ball, and the material for the baseball: cork or rubber core, yarn or leather, and for cricket ball, cork core, string or leather. The weight for the baseball is 5 to 5.25 ounces. The cricket ball is 5.5 to 5.75 ounces. The circumference of the baseball is 9 to 9.25 inches, and the cricket ball is 8.81 to 9 inches. Speed of thrown ball, 95 to 100 miles per hour for both balls, right? So this is a way of presenting the information using a table. They use a photograph here. Now they're using a table. So from the table, we can see that the baseball and cricket ball, they are made out of similar material, cork or leather, while the baseball can be made from yarn and the cricket may be made from string. The weight of each ball also differs. The baseball is a little lighter than the cricket ball, but the baseball has a wider circumference than the cricket ball. The speed of thrown ball is basically the same speed, 95 to 100 miles per hour. All right, so this helps us to have an understanding. This table and these photographs help us to have a better understanding based on how it is presented. All right, so let us go to the questions. What purpose do the subheadings most likely serve in the selection? So we have subheadings here. This one says similarities and differences. So the next one says cricket terms, scoring. Okay. So A, they show the reader where to locate more details about the image. So we're going to use a process of elimination. So no, not necessarily. B, they provide the reader with a brief summary of how cricket is played. No, because not all of those subheadings focus on how it was played. C, they alert the reader that the most important facts about cricket are presented first. No. They allow the reader to preview the information each section will provide about cricket and baseball. Yes. So once you read the subheadings, you will have a preview of what you're going to read about in that section. So that's the most suitable answer. Number 2, what is the most likely reason the images are included in the selection? To indicate that the text will discuss 2 types of sports? Well, that could be a possible answer because they were talking about 2 types of sports, but let's leave that and come back. To show the reader how much force it takes to swing a ball? No, that was not demonstrated in the photographs. C, to allow readers to compare the equipment used in the sports? This could be a possible answer because the 2 photographs show the different equipment that were used in each sport, cricket and baseball. D, to emphasize that different materials may be used for sports equipment. No, the picture was not focused. So was not focused on the different types of materials. So we have 2 to choose from to indicate that the text will discuss 2 types of sports to allow the reader to compare the equipment used. So the picture showed equipment used in each sport. So I feel like this would be the most suitable answer. 3, how does the chart help the reader develop an understanding of the topic? All right, by explaining the main objectives of cricket and baseball. Well, they did not outline any objectives in the table. B, by indicating that baseball players are also good at playing cricket. There was no mention of this comparison. C, by suggesting that the game of baseball may have evolved from the game of cricket. No mention of this was made in the table. So D obviously is our most suitable answer. Let's read it and see. By emphasizing the similarities between the ball used in cricket and the ball used in baseball. Yes, that's what they were comparing. They were comparing the material used to make each ball, the weight of these 2 balls, the circumference, and the rate at which the ball was thrown. So D is the most suitable answer. Number 4, how do the bold words in the cricket terms section help the reader develop an understanding of the section? Use details from the selection to support your answer. So we know bold words always highlight important words that readers must know. So in the cricket terms, it highlighted these words: wicket, batsman, bowler, right? So we know that those words are important. So we could say that the bolded words emphasize terms that that help the reader better understand how to play the game of cricket. All right. So bold words always place emphasis on certain words. So you have 2 options to present your response. You can do an audio recording. The bolded words emphasize terms that help the reader better understand how to play the game of cricket. All right. So thank you, boys and girls, for all your hard work. Let us move on to our small group lesson. And during small groups, you will be working on News ELA. Then you'll do Common Lit. So click on the link for Common Lit and you'll be taken to the activity online, and I'll provide you a printed copy of the News ELA activity. Then for ReadWorks, you will log into your ReadWorks account and complete this reading activity, How the Maya Lived. Okay. Remember the rules of small group. Once I'm in small group, you do not interrupt me at the table. You work quietly in your groups. And you're going to use this cooperative learning strategy to work with your table group. It's called quiz trade, and I'll give you cards that you can write your questions on. So number one, each student given a card with a question and an answer about a specific topic or grammar. Students pair up with a partner. Student one quizzes student two, student one coaches student two to the correct answer if necessary. Partners switch roles and play again by trading their cards. So basically, after reading a story, you may have 4 or 5 questions. You're going to write those questions on the card, and then you will do quiz trade. So you hold those cards with the questions. The second student will select a card, read and answer, and the student who is holding the quiz trade cards will coach that student to the correct answer, and then you can switch roles. All right, remember to complete your reflection and feedback. Complete your student reflection. Once again, everyone, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, turn on the post notification bell. Once again, everyone, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notification bell. Please be on the lookout for other videos. See you next time.